Midday, 7 days per week, with a fresh approach. www.999wefm.com. WeFM News, online, on demand.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Be ready for school with the coolest deals from Quartz. Shop today and get big discounts on laptops, tablets, printers, televisions, and more. Plus, get a chance to win cool stuff. Shop today and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance and stay protected for up to 4 years with Super Shield Extended Warranty. Shave big with great deals and head back to school in style. Only from Quartz. Bringing value home. Offer ends August 22nd, 2023. Special conditions apply.
Welcome back to WeFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, Director of the National Insurance Services, the NIS, Mr. Stuart Haynes, says that there is a suite of action that is taken in the event that an employer is found to be non-compliant with the NIS. Mr. Haynes was responding to a question from a caller to WeFM's Issue at Hand program pertaining to penalties faced by employers who fail to meet their obligations. These measures, according to Mr. Haynes, range from moral suasion to high court action. We hear more from the director of the NIS.
We do penalize employers once we have the information that are non-compliant with the NIS. So one, we engage in moral suasion, education, encourage persons to participate. We're also very aggressive in terms of implementing our legal remedies. We have taken high court actions against many employer, magistrate court action. We have garnished accounts. We have placed liens on properties. We have entered into payment plans with employers. So we do a suite of actions to basically reduce contribution non-compliance at the NIS.
That was the Director of the National Insurance Services, the NIS, Mr. Stuart Haynes. Mr. Haynes says that the NIS's compliance team is very vigilant, noting that the NIS encourages workers to inquire as to where their contributions are being paid, whether their contributions are being paid by their employers. The Vincentian public is being urged to seek early medical attention if they experience any symptoms related to the monkeypox virus. District Medical Officer Dr. Alicia Bunady noted that while there have been no cases of the virus reported here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, with there being confirmed cases in the region, it is important that persons are vigilant. We'll hear more from Dr. Bunady.
If you yourself are experiencing those symptoms that I just mentioned, seek medical advice as early as possible, especially in relation to the rash. Don't just assume that this is chickenpox, that this is a heat rash. Let us have a look. Let us make that diagnosis. And if we need to do the relevant testing can be done here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. However, I will reiterate of note, we have managed to keep monkeypox off the shores of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and there are no confirmed cases of monkeypox presently.
That was District Medical Officer Dr. Alicia Bunady. According to the World Health Organization, the WHO, common symptoms of monkeypox are a skin rash or mucosal lesions, which can last 2 to 4 weeks, accompanied by fever, headache, muscle aches, back pain, low energy, and swollen lymph nodes. The WHO says that monkeypox can be transmitted to humans through physical contact with someone who is infectious, with contaminated materials, or with infected animals. Still on the local scene, there have been extensive discussions held about making St. Vincent and the Grenadines a logistics hub. This was disclosed by the president of the Afrexim Bank, Professor Benedict Orama, during a press briefing held over the weekend. Professor Orama made a specific mention of projects such as the Port Modernization Project, as well as the expansion of the nation's cruise ship capacity. We hear more from the Afrexim Bank's president.
Today we visited here and began to now discuss concretely how Afreximbank can support the economy of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We've discussed extensively the plans to make this country a major logistics hub in terms of development of ports, development of industrial parks, and the development of ports and the expansion of cruise ship handling capacities.
That was the president of the Afrexim Bank, Professor Benedict Orama. Professor Orama said that these are areas that the Afrexim Bank has expressed strong interest in not only funding, but also finding investors that can work together with the appropriate authorities to ensure that these projects are developed in a timely manner. On to news in the region. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, on Monday said persistent violence in Haiti remains a significant concern for the safety and welfare of its most vulnerable citizens, especially women and children, citing reports of an alarming spike in kidnapping and other crimes. According to UNICEF, nearly 300 confirmed cases were reported in the first 6 months of 2023, almost matching the total number documented over 2022 and close to three times the number in 2021. The stories we are hearing from UNICEF staff and partners on the ground are shocking and unacceptable, said Gary Connell, UNICEF Regional Director for Latin America and the Caribbean. The growing trend in kidnappings and abductions is extremely worrisome, threatening both people of Haiti and those who have come to help, he added. In most instances, children and women are forcefully taken by armed groups and used for financial or tactical gains. The victims who manage to return home grapple with deep physical and psychological scars, possibly for many years. The excessive heat which is being experienced in the Caribbean is expected to continue until October, particularly in the months of August and September. This is according to the Barbados-based Caribbean Climate Outlook Forum CARICOF in its heat outlook for August 2023 to January 2024. According to its forecast, August to October, marking the second half of the Caribbean heat season and its peak in the Guianas and the Lesser Antilles, is forecast to be hotter than usual. Intense nighttime and daytime heat is expected to remain present before they cool steadily from November. Listed as implications of this are frequent and possible intense episodes of heat stress in the vulnerable population and small livestock because of high temperature and increasing humidity through September. On the international scene, two tech groups have backed TikTok in its lawsuit seeking to block enforcement of a Montana state ban on the use of the short video sharing app before it takes effect on January 1st. NetChoice, a national trade association that includes major tech platforms, and the Chamber of Progress, a tech industry coalition, said in a joint court filing that Montana's effort to cut maintenance off from the global network of TikTok users ignores and undermines the structure, design, and purpose of the internet. TikTok, which is owned by Chinese tech giant ByteDance, filed a suit in May seeking to block the first of its kind US state ban, arguing it violates the First Amendment free speech rights of the company and the users. A hearing on TikTok's request for a preliminary injunction is set for October 12th. TikTok, which is used by more than 150 million Americans, has faced growing calls from United States lawmakers for a nationwide ban over concerns about possible Chinese government influence. Finally, in sports, Colombia set up a Women's World Cup quarter-final against England with a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Jamaica. Catalina Usme, who captained Colombia in Melbourne, called home the decisive strike in the 51st minute. It was the first goal Jamaica had conceded at the tournament after 321 minutes of play, but they could not find a response. This is the first time Colombia have reached the last 8 of the Women's World Cup. They will face European champions England at Stadium Australia in Sydney on Saturday. And this has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WEFM's 3 p.m. News. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
More family fun days are here. It's time for movie marathons, living room camping, sweet treats, and outdoor fun. At Quartz, we have TVs, appliances, outdoor furniture, grills, pools, and everything you need for a family holiday. Shop today with no cash and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Plus, stay protected for up to 4 years with Super Shield Extended Warranty. Quartz is bringing back the fun days and bringing value home. Offer ends August 23rd, 2023. Special conditions apply.